What is packing with you, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel Cage TV, where we speak about the greatest football team in sports history, the Green Bay Packers. And of course, you all have been seeing it in the news. Um, this huge trade rumor between David Bakhtiari, Green Bay Packers left tackle, five-time All-Pro tackle, um, who the Green Bay Packers need to keep. Now, General Manager Brian Gutekunst came out and said that Bakhtiari is not going to be traded. And I believe he won't trade him. And one of those reasons why is because he's one of the best left tackles in the league. You know what I mean? And he's more vital to the offensive line and helping Jordan Love be productive and succeed at the quarterback position than anything. Now, of course, the Jets have been having some issues with the former Green Bay quarterback in that offensive line over there. They just can't seem to quite get it together. So it makes sense for the Jets to try to go after David Bakhtiari. I think it's a sports uh, commentator, announcer, Mike Greenberg or Greeny, I forget his last name, but he's demanding that the Packers trade Bakhtiari to the Jets. Um, and I would say one of the biggest spotlights of this whole thing is GM Brian Gutekunst coming out and speaking up about this and shutting the door on the trade because he knows without David Bakhtiari on that damn offensive line, this team won't be able to do anything with the ball. Now, I'm not saying they won't be able to do anything. It's just that, the offense is not going to flow like it needs to flow without David Bakhtiari playing left tackle. I mean, we don't have time to be putting Yash Nyman over there who's been having a terrible camp. You know, we need an expert on that left side of the offensive line, and we need a five-time Pro Bowl expert on that side of the offensive line. Now, some people may say trade Bach, you know, let him go. Um, but if we let him go, he's gonna count. He's gonna cost us 19 million in cap space if we were to let him go now. We paying him 23. We gave him $15 million in a roster bonus this offseason. So it makes sense for him to stay. Now, I don't know what's going to happen in the offseason after this season. That's a different story. Plus, the Packers are managing uh, David Bakhtiari's ACL injury. And quite frankly, I don't think it's in the best interest of David Bakhtiari to go play at MetLife Stadium on that terrible field. Now, we all know how terrible MetLife is. It's, almost cost Saquon Barkley his career. That's where he messed himself up at playing in MetLife. Um, so the Packers are going to keep David Bakhtiari this year. Why? Because we need him. We need him more than, getting some draft compensation from the Jets. Because what if they go out there and win the Super Bowl this year, right? Then those picks mean nothing. The only pick that will mean anything is the pick that we got for Aaron Rodgers, turning that second round pick into a first round pick. And that would be based off of him playing more than 65% of the season, which is around week 10 ish, week 9, 10, 11. Um, but I get it. I get it. Uh, the Packers don't want to add any more pressure on Jordan Love, and it makes sense to keep Bakhtiari on the left side of the offensive line. Um, yeah, if he goes to the Jets, that would benefit him too. That would benefit them too. But I just don't think playing on turf. Uh, I think that will probably hold the Jets back because David is not going to play on turf. You know, he's got a better chance in Green Bay because of the grass fields. Plus, Green Bay knows his injury history, and they'll be able to manage the injury. You know what I'm saying? They know how to rehab it. They know, if he's having some cramping, some inflammation, some soreness, they'll know how to treat that. Not saying the Jets training staff won't be able to, but I get it. A lot of people want to see him go with Aaron, and if Aaron were to win the Super Bowl this year, it'd be a great story for left tackle and quarterback best friend duo. You know, uh, right off into the sunset with winning the Super Bowl with the Jets. But GM Brian Gutekunst said, "No, you're not getting this guy. No." No, he is too important to this offensive line, especially with our center situation and the right side of the offensive line situation. So we need the experience and somebody who's probably the most knowledgeable of how this offense is going to be working once it's ran. So good job, Goop. Good job putting your foot down, eliminating any further rumors coming out about there being a possible trade. And I'm pretty sure the media is going to keep on running with this whole thing, especially if the Jets offensive line just can't get it together. You're going to be hearing more and more Jets analysis, Jets commentators, Jet sports people talking about that they need to give the Packers whatever they need to get David Bakhtiari traded before the trade deadline this season. So, um, with Goose shutting it down, you know, it sounds good, but you never know. You never know. Remember, the NFL is a business, and if there is some team out there willing to give up more than they bargained for David Bakhtiari, I'm pretty sure the Packers will pick up that phone and listen to what needs to be said. If it's too good, you just can't pass up on a good trade. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be some type of packages being thrown out there to try to get David Bakhtiari, especially if his health is on the right side of things this season. If he's very healthy and competing at a high level and doing what he's supposed to do to be one of the top left tackles in the league, then I'm pretty sure somebody's going to throw something out there at the Green Bay Packers to see if they're going to bite. So I'm not putting nothing past any football organization out there um, trying to get a good fucking left tackle like David Bakhtiari, but I don't think this is, even though it sounds like Brian Gutekunst putting his foot down, saying that um, first of all, we're not going to trade David. You know what I mean? He said the same thing about Aaron Rodgers. No, we're not trading Aaron. We're not going to let. He's too vital. He's too important to this football team, and you know, we want him here. We love Aaron, and then we seen what happened in the offseason. Aaron is now a New York Jet. So, with that being said, before I conclude this video, I don't think the rumors are over with. I think we'll be hearing more and more. Probably, This rumor being related to the Jets more than anything because of Aaron Rodgers and David Bakhtiari's close relationship with each other. Um, so I think we'll be hearing about that if the Jets offensive line continues to not live up to the standard blocking for Aaron Rodgers. Now, if the nail is in a coffin on these rumors, I'm pretty sure the Jets will go elsewhere to look for somebody else to make a trade with to fix the left side of that line. But until then, as of right now, one of the best left tackles in the league is still a Green Bay Packer. Oh. Let me show the shirt off right quick. There we go. Hair Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Starting off the season right with some great merch. Supporting Jordan Love at the quarterback position. Shout out to the whole PAG, AJ, Higher Point of View, Big Nate, Packer fan in Vegas, and T Aura. Shout out to y'all. Um, yeah, let me know y'all thoughts on this whole thing with the trade rumors that's circling around uh, the offices at 1265 in Wisconsin, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Um, but yeah, like I said, man, I still think there's going to be some chatter about this whole thing. You know, this is all via Rob Demovsky, you know what I'm saying, from ESPN. Um, you know, Goose said that this trade is not going to happen. I believe him as, you know, to the extent of this season. But we'll see what happens in the off season, you know what I'm saying? Especially if, you know, knock on wood, David suffers or has any setback with the ACL injury. Um, then I'm pretty sure if it's like, you know, if it's to the extent to the point where he could possibly miss out on playing multiple games during the season, uh, then I would say the Green Bay Packers will probably be looking to trade David Bakhtiari. Plus, remember, he's going to cost us a lot of money next year. And let's just say Bakhtiari plays this whole season. And this is a hypothetical, but it could happen. Let's just say Bakhtiari plays this whole season, right? And he plays well. You know, he becomes a six-time Pro Bowler. And maybe the Packers get to a wild card game, win or lose. Uh, what are the Green Bay Packers going to do then? Especially knowing how much he's going to cost the Packers in cap space next season. What are they going to do then? Will they pay the man or replace the man? We'll see. But this is one of the biggest pieces that helps this offense click. And if he's not there next season, the Green Bay Packers better make sure they got a hell of a fucking replacement for that guy, David Bakhtiari. And that's all I got to say about that. I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out.